what's funny is the migrants are actually the ones that are in the hotels. There was an article, I think it was in the Post, and they're talking about how unhappy they are with the food. They like everything else, but they're basically like, hey, like this one woman goes, we came here, she's a Russian. She goes, we came here to avoid mobilization for the war, said Lila Uzmanov, who fled Russia with her husband. And she goes, we have 3 kids, 16, 10, and 3. We don't want to fight against our own Ukrainians or Russians, same people. She goes, we're grateful to the U.S. government, but complained that the food the city was providing at the swanky hotel turned shelter was less than nutritious. My husband and I have high blood sugar, and the food isn't very good for us. Our kids don't want to eat it. She also added, come here in the evening and you will see a giant pile of wasted food they're throwing out. 90% of the food here isn't eaten. Well, welcome to America. Welcome. This is, you're going to get poisoned. They're going to get, another guy goes, we've been here 3 months. It's only temporary until I can get a work permit and find some work. All I want to do is start working and build a life. He said of the shelter, this is a huge help. It's clean, it's safe, but then he goes on as well to complain about the food. He goes, they're good with the kids, they're very attentive, but he goes, listen, we can't eat the food here. He goes, it's not good. It's not good for our kids. He goes, we don't have a kitchen. The food isn't good for the kids. We would rather make our own food. So all of these migrants, by the way, these are the most desperate people on the planet at the moment. They have nothing. They have nothing. And their main problem is American cuisine. That's how bad the food is in this country. That's how absolutely terrible the food is in this country. They would rather starve or go hungry than eat the food. And God only knows what we're providing them, by the way. God only knows what they're getting. We're probably giving them Pop-Tarts and fucking chicken nuggets. They are getting what we feed our children. I mean, it's not something that we don't feed our own kids, but they're so horrified, which is, again, it's like, this should wake Americans up. Like, Americans should get woken up by this. They should go, the most desperate people in the world refuse to eat our food. They can't eat the food. They go, this is poison. They go, how is everyone eating this? This is actually poison. And Americans have been so desensitized, and a lot of people have just given up. And when you have a family, you got to feed them, and you got to go to grocery stores, and you got to buy this shit, whatever Tyson fucking churns out, or whatever Dole, or whatever these companies are doing, you got to buy it. But it's so hilarious to me that people that are here for like 5 minutes eat it and they spit it out. They go, no, this is poison. We can't give this to our children. This is crazy. And, this is like when we dropped those care packages on Afghanistan while we were blowing them up. And we dropped Fun Dip and Pop-Tarts on Afghans, and we were like, go for it. Don't worry about the war. We got you covered. Here we go. And we're just bombing them with Reese's peanut butter cups. And all of those people were just entirely like, what the fuck is it? If you give our food to anyone else, no matter how bad their lot in life is, if you give our food to anyone, they're stunned. They're shocked by it. They can't even believe it. If you bring people over here, and these people aren't from Europe, it's not like they were living in France. They're not wealthy. These are not people that lived in an Italian villa. These are people that were ran out of their country by a flood or a crazy government, and they're still going, what the fuck are you giving our children to eat? They care more than people that live in this country about the food. They care more. On Sunday, the Post reported that at least 41 migrants have been arrested on charges including domestic violence at the Roosevelt Hotel shelter on East 45th. This is the food. This is what happens with the food. Well, this isn't good. It's not good when people start beating each other up. You just got here. You got to wait a little bit to start hitting your wife.